Were you disappointed when it was announced by Colossal Order that the City Skylines 2 editor, which currently only includes maps and support for code modding, will take a couple of months to get it into shape where we can release it? So in my estimation, we're looking at early 2024 unless anything changes. But if you want mods for City Skylines 2 now, did you know that there is a City Skylines modding community working hard in the background to get you what you want? Well, in the video, I'll show you where to get the mods, how to install them, and we're going to take a look at some of the mods that are available now as well. And just before we dive in, a warning, any of the things that I show, it really is at your own risk. This is sort of a brute force modding type of situation that's going on here. You could break your game, break your saves, you could do all sorts of things. So just be careful, but so far I've had no problem. So, but the risk is yours. Let's dive in and take a look. So there are a few different places that you want to go to and bookmark. The first one is Thunderstore. The URL is thunderstore.io, and this is a mod platform. It can help you store your mods, and there's an app that you need to get. As you can see up here, we're going to get this app. And when that loads up, we're going to download the Thunderstore mod manager here and just go through the steps for setting that up and installing that on your system. Then when you've got it installed and loaded up, you want to scroll down and select City Skylines 2. I'm going to set that as my default game. Here we go. And I now have a profile that I can set up. So I'm going to select my profile and go into here, and I already have some mods installed. And as you can see, this is very handily telling me that there's mods that I need to update, which is good. I can scroll down and see which ones they are. Click on here, we get a little bit of information about what's going on as well, which is very handy. And you can easily turn certain mods on or off depending on what you want to load. You can also, there's settings and all sorts of things you can look at. That might just be worth you having a browse through yourself as well, just to make sure that your folders are set up in the correct place. You can see the ones that I've got mine set to here. Yours may vary slightly, but I think you'll get the idea with that. So now to get the mod, so back at thunderstore.io, go to communities, go all the way down to City Skylines 2. We'll let that load up, and then we can see there are already some mods available, which we're going to take a look at. But the first thing you want to get is the Bepin EX pack. So this will help the mods load into the game. So if we go into here, you can manually download it or install with Mod Manager. And if we click that, it's going to load up the Mod Manager. And because I've already got that installed, it just jumps straight to it. But if you click on that, you can follow through the couple of steps, or you can manually download that and then place it in the relevant folder, which is shown in your Mod Manager, which is this folder down here. Once you get into the mod folder, you want to go into the Bepin EX folder and then your plugins folder, and then you can just drop the folders for the different mods into that one. So what mods are available at the moment? Well, we have a few to choose from. This store is the one that the City Skylines modding community are just trying to encourage everybody to use at the moment. It's one that they've got a bit more faith in than some of the other places that are available on the internet. So obviously your mileage may vary with other sources, but we have this one, which is very good. I'm going to be using this one. Yeah, Legacy Flavor mod. So it adds unit display for road tools, transparent road grids, a reworked zone color, has a couple of different modes that for color blindness, toggled shortcuts, and yeah, dynamic zone borders. So some excellent little tweaks, quality of life things there. Economy fixer sounds like a big one. This is from TDW that you're probably well aware of from the City Skylines 1 modding community. And this one basically tries to balance the whole economy system we've got, making it harder. So I haven't tried that one yet. That one looks very interesting. We have a DLSS enabler. I haven't really got that one to work for me, or I haven't noticed any difference with it. So your mileage may vary with that one. We're going to look at unlock all tiles and first person camera mod. Loving these two mods. And also Moob, which gives you access to the map editor. So back to my Thunderstore app, I have the Bepin EX pack turned on. I've got unlock all tiles turned on, first person camera turned on, legacy flavor turned on. Well, let's just update this one. There we go. Ah, nice and easy, excellent. And they're the couple that we're going to look at the moment. And then you click up here to load your game. Now, once you're into your game, there is no sort of options or anything like that for changing anything to do with the mods. They're just mods that work. So I'm going to load up a save game and we'll take a look at them. Here we go. My save is loaded, a version of Kettle Bridge I've been messing around with. Worth noting as well that the dev UI still quite happily works when you're in this mode. So I'm going to just change the season to summer. I'm going to get rid of any rain or snow and remove the snow as well, just to save our eyeballs. Right, so which mods shall we look at first? Well, you might notice down in the corner here with the unlock all tiles mod, we can now basically unlock absolutely everything on this entire map. So I'm just going to grab from there and go all the way down to there, unlock. Didn't cost me anything. Going to grab all of these as well. And we have got access to every single tile that's available on the map. Now, normally when you play through the game, you get this far. It doesn't actually let you get all of these. I believe, is it 441 is the limit or something like that? But now we can build all the way to the edge. And as far as I'm aware, it's working perfectly well. There will be other mods that are being worked on in the background that are going to enable you to go even further out into the outskirts of the map, which I just think is going to be crazy. But yeah, very simple change, and so far that seems to be working well. Now, just bear in mind, if you build on a map that you've unlocked everything like that, that might not be compatible with future game update versions. We'll have to see when official modding comes out, then we'll know more about that. Okay, well, let's look at the next mod on the list. First person camera. Let's find a little place that we can walk around in down here. So I'm going to just zoom right in down here. And I tend to sort of face down, put my cursor down, press Control F. And there we go. It's popped us on the ground for a nice, easy way to walk around our city. At the minute, there's no way of sort of speeding up the walk-in or anything like that. And you can't sort of pick a car or a person to follow, but you can just walk around yourself like this. So as this mod is updated, maybe other things like that will be added on, but I'm really loving this. So you can really get a view around your city that you don't get even. Can we cut through there? No, it's a car park. I mean, you can walk through buildings, you don't have to zoink take the paths like I am, but this is a mod I'm definitely going to be using, and my understanding is a mod like this isn't going to break your save. It's just adding, oh yeah, very please, yeah, your save won't be broken. It's just adding a little extra quality of life function to your game, which isn't going to break your save or anything. Well, you're going to come and sit out here, are you? Enjoy yourself, very good. But I am very much, let's get back into the sun again. I feel like I'm being overshadowed by all the high rises around me. Ah, there we go. Didn't even look when I crossed the road. But this is one I like. And then when you come out of this mod, I tend to face down because it seems to pop you out wherever your cursor's facing, which could be anywhere at the minute. So I sort of look down, Control F, whoop, there we go, and it's popped us out sort of near the road that we were stood on. Excellent. Loving that one. Then we had Legacy Flavor, which adds some things that I just think are very necessary. We've got the U measurement, again, in the middle there, U14, U15, U16, which gives us the length of the road, which is great, because without that, building sort of roads next to other roads, trying to get exactly the same length, was becoming difficult, but it seems to do it in any configuration of roads crossing over each other, which is exactly what we need. Let's have a look. Yeah, I just love that. I love that addition. That is really cool. Transparent zone grids, as you can see down here, a little bit easier to see in the game. So if we jump into zoning, they're not as much in your face as they were before, which is good. Let's turn that UI off there, which I've got a key set to. But yeah, I prefer the way it looks like this. And to be honest, I rarely zone in this view anyway. I always turn off that extra HUD that pops up and zone in this view. So yeah, I'm liking that one. Also, the zoning color has been sort of changed as well to fit a little bit more in with, oh yeah, so here we go. The offices are not that sort of pinky color anymore. They're the old office color. So just a little change that you might prefer. And then Alt Z will toggle through the zone colors. So from the old version to the new version, and we can see what the little zone squares used to look like, sort of filled in with that grey colour, and now they're see-through. And then Shift Z cycles through the colour blindness mode. So there's a couple of different options there. I think some people would really appreciate that. So why don't we load up the game again, but this time we're going to enable Moob so we can dive in and edit maps. And here we go, we have a new option on the home page of Editor. So this is sort of a hacky workaround to enable an editor that isn't in any means finished yet. So keep in mind that any maps or anything you might do with this editor might not work with the game in the future at all. So yeah, and here we go, we have a very open and blank and clear map ready for you to do some stuff on. So not all of the options here work. Asset importing just does not work at all at the moment, so there's no point trying to use that one. You can modify the terrain, so you've got all the options that you would expect from inside the game. Let's just make this nice and big. Wow, that is absolutely huge. There we go. So you can do some building with that, which is good, and you've got all the other options as well. There we go, smooth that off a bit. You can change the materials that you're building with. Let's go with that one there. What's the difference? Oh yeah, slightly different ground texture. That's interesting. You can change the size, the strength, the angle. You can import height maps. We will come back to that in a moment. You can also add any object in the game if you so wish. Let's grab the Golden Gate Bridge and add that in. Is that going to let me do it? Or am I going to have to draw it in? Yep, there we go. Excellent. That's good. And that is the same for any other object that's in the game. Let's have a look. There we go. We've got some cars. And there's some little things that have popped up. It looks like you can... Yeah, I don't think any way of working with the assets works in the game from what I can imagine. And then you've got bulldozers as well, so you can remove anything you've placed in the game too. Oh, also in the terrain tools, if you click up here, we can change the brush that we've got. Click on default brush and you get these options. And there's some interesting mountain brushes that you can use. There's one. Let's grab the other one. I think this one is an interesting shape brush, if I remember. Yeah, there we go. So we can sort of adjust the height of those, the strength, the angle, all sorts of things, and get building. Now, there is options to add water in here, although I've not got this to work yet. There's also resources that you can paint in, and we know how that works. Oh, there we go. We can change that back to the default type of brush. So all of these seem to work in the game. That's underground water sources, and we've got oil and ore and all the other ones there. The climate option seems to be you can change to any one of these climates in the whole of the map. But then if you go into this screen, if you click on map up the top here, you can change your name of the map. You can't seem to change the starting year. Oh, yes, you can. There we go. Yep. So we can adjust that one. Starting month, we can change the time because these sliders down the bottom here don't work. So this is the only way to do that. And then we can change the camera starting position and whether it's European or North American, and then you can save that. It is possible to import height maps into the editor so you can play with them. I'm going to link you in the description to a guide that's in a place where all the modders are getting together, and that is on the Discord. So if you head on over to the City Skylines modding Discord that is linked in the description below, should be somewhere near the top so you can find it. This is where all the well-known modders and new modders as well are all getting together to bring you mods for City Skylines 2 now without having to necessarily wait for the PDX mods that's coming possibly, I think, sort of early next year sometime. I'm just going to share a couple of screenshots with you of some of the mods that are being worked on at the moment. We can see Algernon working on the 529 tiles mod, larger maps, line tool, really want that one. Image overlay, historical start, which sounds quite interesting. Also, Cuboid working on a mod that will move stuff, probably going to be called Move It, and a mod that will pick stuff, probably going to be called Picker. Kurzu working on Traffic Manager 2, although it's not going to be called Traffic Manager 2. We're going to find out a bit more about that, and an FPS limiter. Clyte with Extended Transport Manager, addresses and names right everywhere, extra UI screens. A very new mod. Be interesting to see what that's all about. Yang Yang with Tree Controller, Water Features, Anarchy, and Wildfire Disaster Controller. And Captain of Coit, they're the one that's done some of the mods that we've used today. Hook UI, City Monitor, Mod Templates, Community Radio, Rapido, that speeds up the game up to 32 speed. Oh, fantastic. City Chaos, Time-Lapse Camera, and Experimental DLS Enabler. and the list goes on. There's other ones as well that are being added almost every day, so they're not necessarily released yet, but that is what they're working on. Whether they're going to release them onto some of the other places like Thunderstore that we've been talking about soon, hopefully they will, but we don't know yet, so go there and keep an eye on it. So what do you think? The City Skyline modding community has got your back, I think, is what we can take away from that. They're working hard. A lot of them are involved in PDX mods, but they know that we want mods now. We're insatiable, aren't we? We just need the mods. So, yeah, check it out. Have fun. Buyer beware, of course. I mean, they're free, but you know what I mean. Your mileage may vary. You could have problems, but for tinkering around, having a bit of fun, definitely worth taking the look. If you enjoyed these City Skylines 2 videos, please subscribe before you go. Leave a like. That helps push the video out to other people that might want to know about this news. And I'll see you very soon for another video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.